In the late 1960s, Northern California was haunted by a figure who seemed to emerge from the shadows, cold, calculating, and eager to taunt both the public and the police. He called himself the Zodiac, a name that would soon become one of the most infamous signatures in American criminal history. Operating with a chilling sense of control, the Zodiac attacked young couples, sent coded letters to newspapers, and claimed responsibility for crimes that investigators struggled to verify. He didn't just commit murder. He performed it like a ritual, one that blended violence, symbolism, and a desperate hunger for notoriety. More than half a century later, the Zodiac Killer remains unidentified. His letters, ciphers, and threats continue to captivate investigators and enthusiasts around the world. And despite breakthroughs, suspects, and theories, the truth continues to slip through the cracks. Tonight, we open case file number 02, the Zodiac Killer, a journey into one of the most perplexing and terrifying mysteries in American history. The Zodiac's confirmed series of attacks began on December 20th, 1968. Teenage couple Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday were parked on a quiet road near Vallejo. Without warning, an unknown assailant approached their vehicle. The attack was swift and lethal. By the time police arrived, both teens were dead. Just 7 months later, on July 4th, 1969, the Zodiac struck again. Darlene Farron and Mike Mageau were sitting in a parked car when a gunman approached and opened fire. Mageau survived and offered the first eyewitness description of the killer, a stocky man with short hair. But the Zodiac wasn't finished. On September 27th, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were relaxing by Lake Berryessa when a hooded figure wearing a strange, symbolic costume tied them up and stabbed them repeatedly. Hartnell survived. Shepard did not. The final confirmed attack occurred on October 11th, 1969, when cab driver Paul Stein was shot in San Francisco. Unlike earlier crimes, this attack happened in a busy neighborhood. When police arrived, they realized the killer had wiped down the cab and escaped on foot. 4 attacks, 5 victims confirmed, 2 survivors who described a calm, deliberate predator. And yet, the terror was only beginning. What truly set the Zodiac apart from other killers wasn't just his crimes. It was his voice. Beginning in August 1969, newspapers across California started receiving letters written in a taunting, almost theatrical style. The killer demanded front-page publication and threatened mass violence if ignored. Along with the letters came ciphers, cryptic symbols arranged into haunting puzzles. The most famous of these, known as the 340 cipher, remained unsolved for 51 years until decoded by private citizens in 2020. Even when translated, the message offered no identity, only more riddles. The Zodiac signed his letters with a strange crosshair-like symbol. He bragged about murders, claimed responsibility for crimes police couldn't connect to him, and mocked investigators for failing to catch him. Newspapers received threats about school buses. Police received postcards, diagrams, and references to pop culture. Each message fueled panic and confusion. Some of the letters even contained pieces of blood-stained fabric, supposedly from victim Paul Stein, adding a disturbing level of authenticity. The Zodiac didn't just want to kill. He wanted the world to watch. Over the decades, investigators have examined hundreds of suspects, each with compelling yet inconclusive evidence. One of the most widely discussed suspects is Arthur Lee Allen, a troubled man accused by acquaintances of making disturbing comments about violence. His handwriting and fingerprints didn't match the Zodiac's letters, but some investigators still consider him a prime candidate. Other suspects included ex-convicts, military veterans, and individuals with cryptography backgrounds. Some theories suggested the Zodiac was highly educated. Others proposed he might have been connected to law enforcement, using insider knowledge to evade capture. In recent years, DNA technology offered a glimmer of hope, particularly from stamps and envelopes. Yet contamination and age have made definitive results difficult. A modern theory claims the Zodiac may have been responsible for crimes across multiple states, but none of these links have been confirmed. Despite endless speculation, every suspect has eventually fallen short. The Zodiac remains a ghost, hiding behind symbols, riddles, and the passage of time.
Vallejo Police Department.
I want to report a double murder.
May I have your
If you
name
go 1
and where
mile
you're calling?
east on Columbus Parkway, a public park, you'll find kids in a brown car. They were shot with a 9mm Luger. I also killed those kids last year. Goodbye.
Dismissed it as nothing. He then
She
abruptly
says, I see a man over there. What I'm thinking is, if you look to the left of her, you can see those trees on that hill. That would be another picnic area. So seeing someone on that hill, would be of interest, but not of any great urgency. But seeing someone as close as her would obviously be some cause for concern. And so I'm continuing to talk, and then she says, he went behind a tree. And so he goes behind the tree where she is, and again, I'm thinking behind those trees over there.
Napa Police Department. I want to report a murder. No, a double murder. They're 2 miles north of parking headquarters. They were in a white Volkswagen Carmen Ghia. I'm the one that did it.
More than 50 years have passed since the Zodiac terrorized Northern California. His letters remain one of the most infamous collections of criminal communications in American history. His ciphers continue to challenge experts, and his identity remains one of the greatest unanswered questions in modern crime. The Zodiac Killer forced the world to confront a chilling idea. Some mysteries don't fade with time, they grow stronger. As we close case file number 02, one truth stands clear. Until the Zodiac's identity is proven beyond doubt, this case will remain a shadow, haunting investigators, inspiring theories, and reminding us that some monsters never reveal their face.